Welcome, Taurus Gemini, to your Astrodice reading for October. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you and your Astrodice this month. Okay. That small horoscope out. What do we got here? We got some Mars energy coming in, with Aries energy coming in the 10th house. Wow, that's a lot of fire over here going for you over here, Taurus Gemini. Okay, so it's okay though. That fire energy is what's going to keep us going, right? That's going to keep us passionate, going, strength, drive, get us driving to get done what you need to get done this month. I am Taurus, so I am taking on that Taurus side of you. So I hear that drive and I'm just thinking, yes. Okay. Even though I am not a cusp, I am actually born the 10th. But I'm telling you guys really need that drive. The energy around you is dynamic, spontaneous, crusading, impulsive, and impulsive action is likely to occur. Okay, in the 10th house. This is talking about that outside world. Yeah, that's talking about those things that you need to get done, those responsibilities. Go to work, get this done. I have to achieve this, getting things done. If you're feeling like maybe a little, unmotivated, this Mars will come in and start motivating you to get things done, right? Really give you the drive, the extra strength that you need. Okay. Talk about those relationships, jobs, hobbies, anything you need to do outside. It could be anything. It could be just the yard work itself, right? Get that drive and that motivation to get out there, get the yard done. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. There it is. Hopes and promises. It feels like you're going to, that's that drive. That's that, look at that. That Mars is saying, I'm going to allow you to actually look at your dreams from a different point of view. I'm going to give you the drive to get the goals done. Any responsibilities that you need to have done, you now can get things going. Really taking that action, really driving towards getting those hopes and promises done. Maybe you promised yourself you were going to get outside and get that yard cleaned up, right? Now you're saying, I have the drive and the strength to do so. Right? Over here with the 5 of Pentacles upside down, because you're saying everything's okay now. Everything's fine. Where I wasn't feeling so great, I have now the power to push. Now, it could have been some painstaking error that was going on in the past, but you're separating yourself from the painstaking error because you want to get this done. Now is the time. As the weather gets cooler, maybe it did have something to do with something. Maybe it's too hot, it's too this, it's too that, right? But now is time to really start pushing forward. So no matter what the situation is, you're separating yourself from whatever was keeping you from accomplishing this goal and really putting the extra strength into it. So clarifying on the star over here. Is the Wheel of Fortune. Oh. As the wheel is turning in your favor, it's telling you it is time. The time is now. I'm giving this extra push. What it feels like. It feels like you got the extra push that's needed. Maybe you've been waiting for it. You've been waiting for this Wheel of Fortune to be in your favor, to give you that extra strength, that extra drive. There could have been some bad judgment calls in the past. Which could have made you feel underdetermined. Making you make bad judgment calls. Making you not want to push forward. Like I said, there could have been whatever underlying circumstances were there for you. Whether it was just on your own or was it through someone else. But now you have the green light. So let's just say it that way. You have the green light in the beginning of the month. And I know you know, beginning of the month, you might already start feeling it. Or, you know, maybe you've already started feeling it towards the end of the month. King of Cups. This King of Cups could have been driving you crazy. Right? But however, it is separating yourself and keeping your emotional balance and taking the authority back into your grip, right? And taking the extra control, really putting yourself into the authoritative, I'm going to say chair. I don't know why, but I do. I kind of see this as you kind of stepping up the ladder and kind of taking and saying, well, I'm going to sit here because this is where all the strength is. I'm going to sit here because this is where I need to be, right? So really taking on that authority and really putting yourself back into the power throne for yourself and keeping your emotions really tightly at bay, because over here, remember, it was hurting. It didn't feel good. Something was keeping you down. So now you have the power to take all of that back. The King of Cups is very powerful when it comes to authoritative roles, and their emotions are completely stable. But you're going to have that stableness because of the Aries. It's going to make you probably a little more impulsive, because it does feel like this is a little bit more of an impulsive action in a lot of ways. Okay, so getting to the mid-month. The drive is not as strong in the mid-month as it was in the beginning of the month. That's for sure. So you had the fighting spirit and you're really taking on the authority in the mid-month, or in the beginning of the month, and the mid-month showing that there's a little bit of weakness going on. You are still doing very good. You're still cutting through all the crap that you don't want, still sitting comfortable and beautiful over here using your Gemini energy. It just feels like you're allowing the Mars to kind of weaken a little bit. But I do feel it's because it's kind of like you're on your throne now. I mean, look, because you went from the King of Cups sitting in this authoritative place saying, this is where I am. Now it just feels like you're kind of at home, sitting on your own throne, saying everything's going to be okay because I'm comfortable. I know what I need. I have what I need. I'm getting done what needs to be done, whether it's in the home, right? Redecorating, fixing, doing that lawn, whatever it is for some of you. Take it how it resonates, whatever your outside world is of the 10th house, right? But you're saying, I'm already comfortable. I've got everything. Everything's going smooth, guys, right? And any kind of BS that's coming your way, you're just kind of slicing through it, not allowing any clouds to surround you. So you can see everything is very, very bright, we'll say, right? So it does feel like the drive and the strength that you have it probably isn't as necessary at this time, right? You don't need to drive so hard now. You don't need that kind of that kick in the butt, right? Because you already gave it to yourself, right? So now you can kind of just relax a little bit. I don't see this strength card as being the weaker link. It's showing me relaxation. I'm not driving as hard. So clarifying, yeah, with the Seven of Swords, yeah, because I'm doing the responsibilities that I'm supposed to be doing. You've seen the opportunities and the responsibilities that need to be done, so now you're just kind of relaxing, weakening down on that area of taking so much drive. We're here with the Queen of Swords. You're still kind of patiently planning because you can still see what needs to be done. You're still sitting in that role, being calm and, like I said, and just comfortable and allowing to just kind of see your stuff come together. And anything that needs to be redone, you're going to be really taking the matters into your own hands, really putting things into order. So anything that you feel like needs to be done, you're just going to kind of sit there and just plan it out. But I just feel like it's more comfortable. You're still in a driving strength. So the Mars is not going to go away, guys, right? You're still not fighting spirit, but it's just not that rough, right? But I tell you one thing, if something were to go awry, this would pop up so fast, that Mars, that Strength card would go straight back, right side up so quick. Because in this house, it's in that energy. And you don't know, that would be that spontaneous, impulsive action to just, right? So with the 4th house over here, you're just really, or I'm sorry, the 4 of Wands over here, you're just really getting things done passionately. Anything that needs your attention, you're going to give the attention to. Whatever in the 10th house. It doesn't matter if it was outside responsibility of job. It feels like you could even, you know, I would love to see, you know, like the 7 of Cups, because it feels like a lot of multitasking going on over here. And it does feel like you have like all your eggs in a basket. Yeah, because whatever was not being achieved within the 10th house that had any kind of, where you felt it was kind of falling, is what it feels like you're now giving more attention to. And so now you're kind of committing yourself now over here to the 4 of Wands. It might be now you're paying attention more to a relationship. Some kind of outside relationship, right? It could be a mother, a parent, a friend. So it feels like you now did whatever you were supposed to do, and now you're kind of committed to doing this over here. Kind of refocusing a little bit. So in the end of the month, you have the 7 of Pentacles again. Yeah, I feel like you're multitasking. You really like, yeah, really took on the authority over there to something that you promised yourself to do. And then over here, you're like, I'll get back to you. And now I'm going to fix everything over here. So then you got the 7 of Pentacles where you're still looking at things. You're still investing your time and your strength. Seven of Cups. There's that 7 of Cups that we're looking for. There's the multitasking. So there it is, investing your time to the other areas and multitasking. Yeah, I knew it. I felt that multitasking. So it feels like it's pretty busy. It just feels like you, like I said, you just needed that. I think you really need that fire energy to really pick up the pace over here. 3 of Wands. Yeah. So investing your time, looking at your cups, looking at everything around you with the 3 of Wands and saying, okay, now I have to decide what I'm going to do next because I've got all this going on over here. And it is definitely, I'm going to say crusading. It feels kind of like a crusade because it feels like you're kind of going back and forth because of the responsibilities that you're putting forward over here. So at the end of the month, it's almost like now you're going to take like these eggs in this basket and you're going to kind of separate them and say, okay, now I'm going to work on both at the end of the month. So, wow. It's almost like now everything needs your attention all at once. It's almost like it all comes kind of back. So you're kind of like, with the 3 of Wands, you're trying to choose and decide which one to give more effort to at this time. Look, I'm trying to help this over here, but I'm doing this over here. And now I need to try to multitask, really multitask between the two. So it feels like all of a sudden it got a little more busy towards the end of the month. Where it's like more, it might even be a whole other thing that needs another attention. I mean, you got 7 of Cups, so really moving forward over here with the 6 of Swords, yeah, because you're just like moving. There's a lot of movement going on over here. A lot of thought, a lot of action, a lot of movement, but you're going to do it nice and slow. So you are going to be dynamic and spontaneous, but you're going to still continue to use your own energy. Now, that's probably the best thing you could do because you figure, okay, if I'm crusading this and I'm getting it done and I'm using all this fire energy to do things and I'm taking all this impulsive action, I still would like to be a little comfortable doing so. Well, yeah, because all it really shows me is that kind of that fire under your butt kind of scenario, right? Where it's getting you pushing it and moving. But because you are you know, you have that Taurus in you and you have that Gemini in you, that energy, you're still going to be able to think logically, stay comfortable, and then at the end of the month, you still get to move slow but persistent, but still having that fire under your butt to keep you moving. Move, 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 right? You don't have time to get stuck in your head. You don't have time, yeah, see, because there's that fire determination coming through. That fire is keeping you determined. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands. And so here comes all this fire energy towards the end of the month that says, I really need to wrap this up. I really need to keep this going strong, strong, strong. So it does feel like even though it's persistently moving a little slow, you're still keeping it to where you're telling yourself it has to be done. There's no more that, right? And you want to take advantage of that while everything's still in your favor and you're feeling that energy and that energeticness to keep yourself going. It's almost like a demanding energy, right? Like fire is demanding. It's like demanding you to keep going strong. And this is where the courageousness comes in, using that intuition and saying, I have to get these things done. There is no tomorrow, right? I got to do this. I've already had yesterday and the day before. So really dreaming and doing the choices of what to go really after at this time, really trying to now kind of divide the eggs in the basket a little bit to really get this one piece done first. You have the Ace of Cups, which is very good because now that's showing you're going to achieve this and the other one's right behind it. It really is. It's really right behind it, right? So you really are getting your stuff done. But it's kind of good, though, that you use your own, you know, energy because you don't want to get confused or get lost along the way from, you know, pulling yourself in all directions, right? Multitasking, we don't want to be stretched out, though, like a rubber band. Because if you go too fast and you're getting stretched out too much, you're just going to snap, right? Which means you're going to get tired. You're going to kind of exaggerate yourself over here, right? So you don't want to do that. Or the star. So there's the star coming back at the end of the month, which was showing at the beginning of the month, saying, I am getting my goals done. The things I promised myself are getting done. So you have the Ace of Cups with the star. Very good, guys. Very nice. So keep going strong with what you're doing. Make sure you are pacing yourself. I do love the Knight of Wands over here because it is showing that pace. It's better to pace yourself than to run all over the place. It's like I said, that fire determination could have you getting all kind of crazy because, you know, that's, unless you have fire in your energy, you know, like you're, like, you know, Leo rising or something, you might be able to do that a little bit better. But if you're not used to having a lot of fire, you could get a little like, where am I going? Right. Okay, guys. And that was it for you. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.